So the stage is set for the Anzac test. First of 3 in the Visa Test Series. It'll be completed in October. And Russell Smith is the man in charge. Australia running left to right in front of a very good crowd at North Harbour. And a pummeling tackle from Tuvey and Harrigan. The first of the game on Sean Hoppy, playing his 26th Test match tonight for New Zealand. He's the veteran of the team. Lomax met by Harrigan 10 metres out. This will be a penalty against the Australian marker, and that was Harrigan. Lomax is on the ground, clutching his head.
Andrew Johns feeds the ball, finds Daly.
A decoy run by Sam, then a swamping tackle by Ricky on the diminutive Newcastle fullback, and a penalty to Australia. It's only 19 metres in from the touch line and 26 metres out. And Matt Rogers will take his first kick at goal. And there is John Lomax, a sorry sight, leaving for the dressing rooms where they will observe even further his injuries. Matt Rogers completes the 7th father-son duo to have played Test match football for Australia. He strikes it. It's coming around just inside the upright. Matt Rogers gets the first points. His father got plenty for Australia, and Australia lead New Zealand 2-0 after 4 minutes. Pongia. Lockie is on. O'Davis is off. It wasn't Pongia. This is him. It was Ruben Wiki who played the ball. And they're just inside the 40-metre line, the Kiwis. As we see Robbie O'Davis assisted from the park. The 5 is Richie Barnett. 32 metres out. A floating pass. Jones across. Into the back line. The locked forward Swan. Ball comes loose. Waiting for the referee. Talking about the height of the tackle.
Yeah, Grant Fittler was the man who will be penalised. 13 on 13. The referee was in good position to adjudicate on that. This should show it up perfectly. Up around the head area.
The most prolific of the New Zealanders in Test football to score points. He gets a goal and levels. At the 8th minute, the Kiwis and the Kangaroos. To his credit, Menzies attempted to take him again and did. Pongia. New Zealand with much the better of possession so far. Jones working a blindside play. McCracken taken down by Menzies. Daly came in for an assist. And then Paul, the 5'8". And out wide is Iro. Good ball player. Barnett goes in, the ball goes loose. Australia come up with it. Just inside the Australian 30-metre line as we watch the replay of the ball. Coming loose from the New Zealand possession. Now, Rodney Howe loses it.
Yeah, there's a hand in there. Good call from the touch judge on this occasion. You will see the hand. It's done very well to get the ball flush.
Thank you, Alan.
2 men in the tackle. For Tuvey and Johns. And Johns, a desperate tackle by Henry Paul. They're just outside the 20. Kosef. Terry Hill through the first tackle. Pulled down by the second. 15 away from the line. Long ball from Tuvey finding Johns. Equally long for Daly. Back on the inside for Menzies. Menzies stands, offloads. Lockyer gets it away. Tuvey heads for the corner. Kosef goes in. Hill goes over and puts it over the line for Australia. Beautiful ball movement. Great support play. Wonderful knowledge of one another. And Terry Hill gets the try.
Well, Terry Hill had a bit of a dust-up with Matthew Ridge earlier. He's laughing now because it is a great build-up. They tried to sell that Dean Pay was going to get the ball to open something up for Menzies. That's a lovely pass to Lockyer. And then with the numbers, man, back inside was Kosef, and that enabled some space out wide for Terry Hill. And the fullback for New Zealand, confronted Terry Hill on that occasion after the try was scored. The first 4-pointer going to the green and golds.
So this kick for Matt Rogers is 9 metres in from the sideline. And he's, as you can see, just outside the 20-metre line. Hits it and he hooks it away. So 1 from 2 for Matt Rogers, but a try for Terry Hill. And at the 18th minute, it's Australia 6, New Zealand 2. This is Kosef. They're just outside the 10. Fittler drifting across. Harrigan's back on, as you saw. Daly. Dummy to 1. Runner going in. Picked up the second. It was Menzies. They're providing plenty of decoys for one another. It's keeping the Kiwis guessing. Fittler. He desperately wanted some support there. Now the last. Daly. The kick. Across. Shallow in goal. The jump. The bat down. And
time off, lads. Just checking on where the first contact came from.
He wants to have a look at it.
Yeah, Terry Hill looking for his second here. He's fairly confident, I think.
Please, Dean. Whose hand the ball came off?
It's a try.
Back from the start, make sure they're onside.
I'm pretty sure it comes off Matt Rogers, comes backwards.
Yep.
Terry grabs it and just falls over the line. That's a try for sure.
Excellent kick when you consider that there's not much of an area to aim for. Terry Hill, the only doubt that I've got is, did he drop it close to the line? And Paul Vorton is a genius. He said the 25-minute mark will be the telltale sign.
Smith awarding the try after the video referees. Tony Drake and Graham Annesley had watched it, and Australia extend their lead to 8 points now.
Matthew Ridge unable to get across. He was actually involved in the tackle on Brad Fittler after Andrew Johnston. He put him straight through. Rogers moves in.
Rogers then from out near the sideline, and a wonderful kick from the young man. So Australia, a converted try, leading by 12 points to 2 after 24 minutes. Daly making his 8th tackle of the game. Australian tackle count headed by Menzies. Paul away for Jones. Jones taken by Daly. Ridge was there to support. Put down by John. Jones again. Working on the grandstand side and putting it deep into the corner. Lockyer. Back into the field of play. Good work by the young man.
That was great play from Lockyer, but excellent play from New Zealand. A bit of life in them left yet. As soon as they put a few passes together, they look dangerous. Too many occasions they've run out. There's been no support.
How? Lazarus. So Melbourne bring it away for Australia. Tuvey. Ooh, another missile tackle from Wiki. Hand off by McCracken. Jones across. Ridge in possession. 30-metre line behind them. Kevin Iro handing it down. Jones running back into the melee. And Robbie Paul. Wiki playing in the forwards, playing in the second row. Henry Paul. New Zealand, wouldn't they love to put it over the line? Just in front of half-time. They seem to have got a second win. Here's Robbie Paul. Oh, the support was sadly lacking. Wiki, chance still. Paul away for Pongia. Reels out of a tackle. Robbie Paul. Kevin Iro will score. Kevin Iro has put it over the line. That's what they wanted. That's what they had to do.
And the Paul brothers heavily involved. You don't see Jeff Tuvey miss a tackle too often. Robbie Paul went straight through him. And then Henry Paul popped up the little pass. It comes back to Robbie Paul. Good ball from Pongia. And this is a beauty. That's a great ball. He committed 2 defenders there. He waited and waited and waited until the outside Australian defender was forced to come in. It was Laurie. No, in fact, it was Terry Hill. And that opened up the hole.
Great play from Robbie Paul, one of the reasons he was voted Super League Player of the Season.
Ridge, 5 metres in from touch, and he's left it out there. So Ridge jogging back, encouraging his team. They're 6 behind now, and 5 minutes approximately to half-time. 6 points the margin, 2 tries to 1 Australia. Fittler. Kosef playing the dummy half. It won't worry him. Slot him in anywhere, Nick Kosef. Beautiful pass along the line for Daly. And then an equally good tackle from Wangana. John. Siren in the background. And to the ground with Rodney Howe. So, at half-time, Australia will take this 6-point break. 2 tries to Terry Hill. Matt Rogers, the extras. And for New Zealand, Kevin Iro scored a late try, with Matthew Ridge adding the 2 points.
And Australia, right on top, one of our greatest sporting teams. Every game, live and exclusive.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
The Skoda SUV range is award-winning, plural, and it now comes with a 7-year warranty.
There's more to a career in the Australian Defence Force than you might think. You can gain professional, trade and tertiary qualifications, have different jobs in the one career, and access training for new roles. Take a closer look at how we invest in your career.
Here's how Leon lost 17 kilos on Noom weight.
Noom taught me the different types of hunger. I didn't realise boredom was one of the reasons I ate. Now I'm in control of my own journey.
Keep it going, Leon. Sign up for Noom weight and lose the weight for good.
Switch on a Daikin Alira X split system with advanced streamer technology to remove more than 99% of harmful indoor air pollutants and surround yourself with cleaner air this summer. Daikin, perfecting the air.
Printers with sustainable features using only a quarter of the energy of a laser printer, this Epson Business inkjet printer won't save the world, but it's a great way to print world-saving ideas. Epson Enterprise, taking sustainability seriously.
It's the Super Cheap Auto Big Brand Sale. Get 20% off Century Automotive and 4-wheel drive batteries, and get 50% off these 5-litre Castrol Magnatec engine oils. Make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
Juicy 100% Aussie chicken in a fiery, crispy, chili-loaded coating, but with creamy mayo, fresh tomato and cheese. The McSpicy Deluxe looks like hot, just got fancy.
Good thing you've got your insurance solved.
The experts agree. Budget Director once again Insurer of the Year.
Money Magazine and CanStar's Insurer of the Year.
Get a read on how to bust your bills. Buy the paper before February 19 and find the code word for your chance to win a share of $50,000. Plus, over 200 cash prizes to be won nationally. Go to winwithnews.com.au.
Love music? Trivia? And comedy? Well, new Rock Quiz will blow your amp.
The award-winning Australian Music Quiz Show is back.
It's everything you love. Incredible live performances, Aussie icons. Oh, and there's us too as well.
Yeah, we're kind of like the bonus track.
Rock Quiz begins February 24 on Fox 8.
So we take you into the second half now in front of a crowd somewhere around 24,000. And the Australians with first use of the football, and Rodney Howe comes as no surprise to be the first one in possession of it. Now Thorne. Well, the question is, will New Zealand continue this resurgence that started late in the first half? Many of us thought that Australia were well on top when they led 12-2. And then the try came at the 37th minute and saw the Kiwis get back to 12-6 at the break. They played the opening 20 minutes very strongly, and then they went into a slumber before they came back. Let's see which way they go. Johns it is who plays it now, just outside the... Oh, Fittler. Brad was thinking about where it was going next and failed to catch the football. Australia with a very good chance as they attack the 30-metre line, and Lockyer makes a mistake. It's advantage for the Kiwis, and Robbie Paul was on the spot. He plays it back for his captain, Blackmore. Paul. A running Logan Swan into the shoulder of Brad Fittler to the 40-metre line, and again from the dummy half through Robbie Paul and away from Jones, on for Iro, from Tony to Kevin, and he's put down 40 metres away from the Australian line. On the far side, you see it come back through Tony Iro, and now it is Henry Paul linking up with Richie Blackmore. He kicks ahead. Barnett's on his outside, and the ball comes away from the Australian fullback. It's a fair try. Scored by Sean Hoppy.
He gets another one, Sean Hoppy. He's Mr. Durable for the New Zealand side. And a mix-up here, I think that Darren Lockyer comes in and makes a mistake. They go wide, Tony Iro finding Robbie Paul. He's having a wow of a game. Richie Blackmore, he does like to kick in this situation. Lockyer comes across, slid in. Wendell Saylor, well, he fell over, and it was just a simple task for Sean Hoppy to pick up and take it through.
Obviously, as the game is going on, this ball is becoming a lot more slippery. We've seen 4 or 5 handling errors already in this second half. Another one now from Lockyer. He made one just a couple of minutes ago. A very difficult take, that one. Had to slide in and try to get it. And great work from the Kiwis.
I think if you're going to slide in, as Matthew Ridge has converted, you've got to have the football or your body between the line and the ball.
In the meantime, Matthew Ridge converts 12 points all. Kosef and Menzies stopping the Kiwi number 7. Ridge pushing it into the corners, and very much involving Lockyer in the game, particularly while the youngsters' confidence would be down. No, not again.
Another mistake. Referees picked one up. Another one from Lockyer. The head's down. High tackle around the neck from McCracken. But the ball security just wasn't there.
And this is where the senior players in the Australian side need to get to Darren Lockyer and just say, look, get all out of your head. Start from 0-all again. Don't worry about any mistakes. Robbie Paul finds Stacey Jones.
Now, across the line for big Kevin Iro, looking for his second. Close to the line. Paul again. Lost backwards for Jones. Henry Paul taking it back to a central possession. 15 metres out from the line. Pongia wants it. He's with it, and then back for Swan. Kosef around the leg. Lazarus hanging on. From Henry Paul for Jones. 9 metres from the line. 14th minute, second half. Here they come again. Hermanson! Hermanson! Thunders across the line. New Zealand have scored another one.
Well, it took an eternity to get the football down, but Terry Hermanson took the inside pass and he powered over 3 or 4 defenders. And the crowd, they have lifted this side. Robbie Paul. Pass back inside from another Paul. And then Terry Hermanson finally gets the ball down. The point did touch the ground. In fact, it's Henry Paul who finds Robbie Paul. I'm getting them mixed up, but they're doing a great job.
They're both great Pauls. And they're both having great games. A beautiful inside ball to Hermanson, who was, really unstoppable there. And New Zealand are back in this game, courtesy of one simple reason. Too many mistakes from the Aussies, too many drop balls. They've turned over possession far too many times. Good run from Hermo.
The Paul brothers, they laid it on.
There's 3 great Pauls now.
And big Terry Hermanson loving the moment. Ridge from the sidelines. Oh, straight between the uprights. The Kiwis are in front, 18-12.
And Steve Menzies is filling in for Terry Hill out in the centres. Of course, Steve has played plenty of centre at times with the Manly club.
We've got Laurie Daly at lock forward and Fittler at 5'8".
Fittler tackled around the halfway line. The mistake rate has risen dramatically during the second half. Brad Thorne struggling to get away, and he does. And Tuvey supports him. Good work by Brad Thorne, and Tuvey almost goes right through them to the 20-metre line. Johns, Fittler, Daly, Renoff out wide, Daly within 5 metres of the line. Lockyer, long ball, Johns, beautiful pass, Kosef, then for Johns on the run around. He's 12 metres out, he grabs a kick into the in goal, but Jones, Stacey Jones read it beautifully, and then he's been grounded in goal after originally looking though he'd been tackled in the field of play. Ridge with the line drop out. Australia, another chance, trailing by 6, 15 minutes to go. Rodney Howe put away on the 30-metre line. Tuvey, now Kosef angling back. Lockyer offloading for Johns. Pongia the tackler. Tuvey again for Thorne. Did well just a few minutes back to generate a move that saw Daly go within 5 metres of the line. Daly again. They cut out a player. Lockyer into the back line. Renoff's over. Renoff's in to score on only his 3rd touch of the night. Well, the enigmatic Steve Renoff has put Australia within 2.
And that's exactly what the Australians are looking for from Renoff, to inject himself somehow. He actually was injected by Darren Lockyer. He got on the outside of Stacey Jones, had the strength to go through. Certainly the wet conditions helped his momentum, but all the pressure has finally paid dividends for Australia.
And Australian supporters might be asking where's he been, but he's turned up at the right time here. Hits the ball at speed. That's the Steve Renoff we all know. On the outside of the halfback who's been defending against him all night.
Not the first time Steve Renoff scored an important try in the green and gold colours. He won the '92 World Cup, I think it was, at Wembley with a magnificent try. Rogers has hooked it a bit too much. New Zealand hold the lead. 2 points at the 67th. The Storm, 2 o'clock at Olympic Park. Johns, Tuvey, across, Menzies. Kevin Iro came up, bangs him into the ground. His big centres, Iro and Blackmore, causing some trouble. That very close-up shot was Frank Endicott. I was trying to work out who it was, the mystery face in the crowd. Johns' kick, did it strike the referee? Jones has gone away with it. Daly hangs on, Jones not held. Put down just inside the 20-metre line.
Now some smart dummy half running here and some one-out strong forward plays needed by New Zealand. They don't need to string together passes at this end of the field.
Sean Hoppy. Pongia.
Oh, great ball.
Ricky. They've got it out to the 40. Jones. Van Gennep, halfway line. 40 metres on 5 for the kick. Ridge. Making the Australians work on every kick. He hasn't given them any presentations. Hill going back. Lockyer. Squashed to the ground by McCracken. Rogers. They've got their nose in front. 2 points, the Kiwis, 18-16, to me! To the halfway. 7 to go. Ran off for Kosef. Then back from Lockyer and away for Lazarus, Daly. Kiwis up in their faces. Terry Hill. Halfway line. And this is the last for the Australians. Daly finds himself a dummy half. Lockyer punching it down towards Sean Hoppy, who comes away from the 10. Renoff takes him up the top. Kosef underneath. Henry Paul for Matthew Ridge. 30 away from his own line. Robbie Paul would have to figure highly for the McDonald's $1,000 man of the match.
We saw him on a couple of occasions last year during the Super League representative season, and I thought he was a touch disappointing considering the raps he came in with. But tonight he's dispelled any of that. He's been superb.
Stacey Jones gives Australia a chance.
Well, it might be an obvious thing to say, but this is quite possibly the most important set of 6 in the match.
Howe's lost it.
And once again, it's this tough, uncompromising New Zealand defence. A big hit there from Henry Paul. Well, they've done their nation proud tonight, the Kiwis.
2.5 minutes to go in front of 24,000 people. Back-to-back victories for the Kiwis at North Harbour. Kevin Iro gets number 2. Kevin Iro has sewn up the test match. The Anzac test match has been won by the Kiwis, and big Kevin Iro gets his second try.
And it's just a great victory. The superlatives are hard to come up with for this New Zealand performance, because after 20 minutes, they were in all sorts of trouble.
Nobody has remained seated since Kevin Iro, and there's Matthews' attempted conversion just flagged away. And I doubt that there'll be any time for any more football. Ridge is darting back. They are counting down the last seconds, and the kick has gone out on the full. There is no need for the penalty. Russell Smith has called time. One of the more historic moments in trans-Tasman encounters. 22 points to 16.
Here was with a man, Quinton Ponga, been out for 5 weeks, mate. Put in a tremendous effort here today, mate. Must be very happy with the way you performed and the team.
Yeah, I think the boys went really well today, and especially coming off a win last year. I think a lot of people sort of backed us out, and I think we proved the critics wrong this year, and the boys are very happy and they can hold their heads high as well.
I'll tell you what, mate, in the 4-pack tonight, I just thought you dominated. You just got over the top, put them on their backs, and really did slow down the Australians play the ball.
Yeah, I thought we started off a bit rusty. Like Johnny Lomax, he copped a knock to the head, so that didn't do us any favours. But the boys stood up, the ones that did stand up with Terry Hermanson, Joey, everyone all over the park stood up and were counted for. That's what contributed to the win, and there'll be a couple of beers tonight, no doubt.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, there'll be plenty of beers flowing tonight. You'll be able to enjoy yourself, mate. But good luck to you next week. This week, I should say, with the Warriors up against Newcastle. Good to see you back and forth.
Cheers, Rebels.
All right, mate, all the best, champ.